Hi, my name's Lala, and I play flute and sing, and sometimes I play bass clarinet.
My name is John, and I play electronic equipment and non-electronic equipment, and sometimes I sing.
Nathan, and also synths and drum machines.
My name's Claire, and I play instruments and I sing.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for coming, guys. I guess the first thing, obvious thing to talk about is what we just heard, and if there's anything, any particular idea behind that. And I guess maybe to start things off, I was wondering whether you guys approach what you do in general and what you just did as particular compositions, as particular improvisations, or whether they take on a structure based on a set method of formality.
It really depends on the situation in which we're playing. So like tonight, I think it was definitely flavored by the fact that we were kind of struggling with the headphones. But we made a career out of dealing with
mishaps,
mistakes, and
I think it's influential if we've been playing together lately or not, and we've been playing actually a lot lately. So it's been pretty easy to, I guess for me at least, to get into it. Really
Tap into the third eye.
Yeah, they go at least in a faster way. Sometimes it takes us a little while to get cooking, but lately it's been, since we've been playing together a lot, it's been able to go like straight to the. We played a pretty short show on Friday night as well. So.
yeah, we usually it's pretty rare we're in the studio. Usually we're on stage, some drunk in the bar.
And so is much of what's going to happen worked out beforehand, or is it totally improvised?
Maybe the sequences and drum machine parts are worked out, but just worked out, in the hour soundcheck. So it's pretty much on the stovetop. All
And
entirely.
mostly individually too. So like we might personally have a sense of of a sort of plan that will then adapt to what happens, but
On stage.
I think it's pretty rare that
I
we
think
know
what
somebody else is up to.
Nathan
what
and John, are
happens.
you guys synced now too? You've been trying to like
Sometimes.
sync up each other.
A lot of
We've been trying to. It's been working half the time. And then the other half of the time you sort of tap into like just listening and adjusting your speed.
So we're half synced improv.
Well, tonight I noticed Jeff and Claire and I were really, really synced up, like, psychically, and Jeff was singing with my bass clarinet tone, and I was singing with both of them, and sometimes, I guess because it's a closed situation, it was easier for us to, like, really work together versus on stage when there's, like, a billion people, like, looking at you, and...
Well, and that's an amazing thing about headphones versus monitors.
Yeah.
It's crazy to be able to hear each
yeah,
other
yeah,
sing.
totally. That was fun.
I was into it
Yeah.
because that's how I play when I'm at my studio. I just play in headphones only. So
We had a little crowd in here though. That's all I'm keeping in mind.
Is that what you guys are describing? Is that the same when it comes to a studio recording situation, like the LP I was playing earlier on? I played some parts of Black Beach, and I mean throughout. I guess that's the first part of that question.
None of that record is actually studio.
Well,
or like
well,
a
Well, yeah,
proper,
this is a live.
proper recording studio.
It's not even
it's like
proper live
Nathan's
either.
home studio, and Nathan did a lot of the sound processing on that at home, I think. But the previous record, that was almost entirely done in an actual recording studio. But not every record is done the same way. We always do different processes. I think the next one's going to be like half studio, half live, like, which I guess our Alternation record a few years back was like that too.
But it's all kind of, there's not a whole lot of overdubbing. It's more of recording the stereo, improvisation, and then, editing and processing later.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is the acceptor's evolution in time, because I guess I've seen you personally over a span of, maybe only about 4 years, but you guys have been around for a while, and the sound's been constantly changing. And I guess I've also seen you in incarnations in which you've been playing with different numbers of people, which is obviously a factor in the way you end up sounding. So if you could talk maybe a little bit about how things started out and then how they got to where they are now.
No, it started out with just Dan and I, and then
This is John.
John Phil
Yeah.
speaking.
Me
And
Jeff.
we would just kind of get people to play with us, and then people would leave, and we would get more people.
But by this point, it is worth pointing out Nathan has been in the band for a long time. Probably like, I don't even know, since like 2004 or something. So.
And then
I guess we started in 2002.
John Nicholson has been off and on in the band since 2003, and
There was a little while where it was just us 4 dudes too, before we got these ladies to get up in the mix.
but with the band as it is
I
now,
joined in Cernbomber. That's when I
That's
joined permanently.
summer
Yeah.
of 2005.
Yeah, Sunbomber was the first one with us 4 dudes as the lineup, and then we were like that for about, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years.
Year and a half. And then it's been the current incarnation since the fall of 2006.
And so
So
how
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is the longest running incarnation.
Yeah.
and so how do all those member changes really affect the way we end up hearing it?
Less than what of the changes that we go through as a group affected.
And equipment too, we changed equipment.
Yeah, equipment, just mindset. You know what how the world is.
Oral interests.
Yeah, fortunately for us, all of history has been turned upside down just in the time that we've been a band. So we've had a lot to feed off of.
Cool. Well, it's just about 11 o'clock, so I have to just thank you guys for coming in. That was a great set.
Don't you want to talk about the show that we played together?
Oh.
Jam the
Jam
Wearing
the
a shirt.
Maplewood, New Jersey Bowl, is that 3 or 4 years ago?
We did 3 of them.
We did
I
3.
missed the first one.
Yeah.
I do have to do one plug.
Oh yeah, the real last thing is asking about what shows you guys have coming up, I guess.
We're playing SUNY Purchase on November 17th.
Cool, awesome. And what was that personal plug?
Acceptor is graciously transported by Mojo Fine Art Services and Backliners. We have your installation needs for all your fine art objects, and we can backline you too.
Yeah, me and John both drive trucks.
718-596-4113.
It's a total honor to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Dan for having us.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Erica, you freaking lady.
That's live constructions on WKCR 89.1 FM New York. Thanks, accepted.